All right, let's take a look at section 6. Here's the focus question. By the mid 18th century, the area that would become the modern United States was remarkably diverse in peoples, cultures, and social organization. The Pueblo villages of the Southwest, tobacco plantations of the Chesapeake, small farms of New England, feudal like land estates of New York's Hudson Valley, and the frontier fur trading outposts. While elites tied to imperial centers of power dominated the political and economic life of most colonies, large numbers of colonists enjoyed greater opportunities for freedom, such as access to the vote, land ownership, the right to worship freely, and an escape from government persecution than in Europe. Free colonists probably enjoyed the highest per capita income in the world, and the colony's economic growth made for a high birth rate, long life expectancy, and expanding demand for consumer goods. Yet many found themselves only partially free, tied to indentured servitude, or entirely unfree. The longing for freedom and new and unprecedented forms of unfreedom were essential to the North American colony's development. By the late 1600s and early 1700s, French traders established trading posts in the Great Lakes region. They pushed south to the Mississippi River Valley and the Gulf Coast of Mexico, establishing New Orleans and the colony of Louisiana in 1718. The French immediately imported enslaved Africans to create a plantation economy. Natives outnumbered the French in Louisiana, prompting the Natchez Indians to launch the Natchez War. Although the French won the conflict, they scaled back plans and halted the slave trade into the colony. In response to French encroachment, the Spanish expanded colonization in the mission system from New Mexico into Texas, establishing San Antonio in 1718. On the Great Plains, Native Americans like the Apache, Comanches, and Kiowas adopted Spanish horses, guns, and an equestrian lifestyle. A plains economy developed based on European trading hubs. Natives and Europeans in Spanish New Mexico and French Louisiana traded guns and horses. The British Kingdom provided more freedom to its colonists in America than it did its subject in Europe. Male colonists had access to the vote, land, freedom of religious worship, a high standard of living, a high birth rate, long life expectancy, and ample consumer demand. Other colonists remained partially or totally unfree, such as enslaved Africans, indentured servants, and women limited by coverture. Native Americans lost their lands while Europeans envied native freedom. So, that's the end of section 6, and we'll stop there.